Hello, my name is Jaewon Koo, student of Jeju National University School of Veterinary Medicine. Today I'm going to talk about my topic that the higher the number of set and intensity of the warming up is, it gives positive influence on repetition, total work, and physiological variables and iEMG during bench press. Bench press is one of the most popular and effective exercise to train pectoral and brachial muscles. However, in return for high efficiency, it can also cause serious injury without doing appropriate warming ups. Therefore, warming is required to prevent injury and enhance exercising effect. There are thousands of ways of warming ups varying in their composition and intensity. Therefore, instead of focusing on what kind of warming up that should be done, I will focus on its intensity and number of sets. And I personally think warming up also need high intensity and number of sets before performing the actual bench press. For materials, we need a regular gym facility, including dumbbell and bench. Pretty obvious. And for subjects, I myself, male, 22 years old, and also having a career of regular weight training more than 6 months will be the subject. And I set the sample size using the G-Power 3.12 programs, and I set it as the minimum sample size, which is 12, effect size 0.05, alpha 0.05, and power 0.95. Before going on the actual measurements, I will start on giving definitions of the ideal posture of bench press and 1RM, and also the composition of the warming ups. First, the ideal performing posture of bench press, as setting weight as 65% 1RM. First, begin by lying flat on the bench, with your body in a natural and relaxed position. Second, push your arms straight out to either side of you, and then bend your elbows, bringing your hands up to touch the bar. 3. Lift the bar up. Slowly bring it down to just above the sternum, and explode upward for 1 repetition. 4. Be aware and repeat it for planned amounts. Position of wrist and elbow is crucial. Wrist should be straight and elbow should be parallel. 5. If the process 3 or 4 fails, regard the according trial as failure, and count the repetition at the point before the trials. 1RM, which means repetition maximum, indicates the maximum weight that can be lifted in single trials. Intensity of exercise is commonly indicated as percentage of 1RM, which I previously mentioned as 65% 1RM. For the measurement of 1RM, I will follow the way which is directed by the NCSA, which stands for National Strength and Conditioning Association of the USA. First step, start warm up with weight lift enough to lift 5 to 10 times. Second, rest for 1 minute. 3. Lift 5 to 10 kilograms heavier weight for 3 to 5 times. 4. Rest for 2 minutes. 5. Repeat steps 3 and 4 until subject can't lift the weight. 6. If this subject fails, lighten the weight for 2.5 to 5 kg and try again. Repeat it until the subject can perform a single lift in ideal posture. If the subject succeeds to lift the weight in the ideal posture, that would be the 1RM of the subject. And the composition of warming ups. As I said, there are just millions and thousands of variety of the warming ups, but I picked the push-up for the warming up I will perform on this measurement. And push-up is a calisthenics stimulating almost identical muscles with bench press. It has almost no risk of injury, and it effectively warms up muscles and joints used while performing bench press. Due to its wide variation, being easy to set low intensity and high intensity as a contrast is also its merit. As a low intensity warm-ups, wall stand push-up will be done 10 repetitions per set. And as a high intensity warm-ups, full push-up will be done 10 repetitions per set. These are the pictures of the wall stand push-up and the full push-up. As you can see, the wall stand push-up is a low intense warming up that everyone, like even the injured or the old, can perform without getting harmed. And the full push-up is a high intensity warming ups that even the healthy males need some kind of effort and strength to perform correctly. Every results will be expressed as mean plus minus SD and sample size 12. And iEMG and heart rate will be measured when the barbell's height reach the maximum. To set each trial in same condition, I will only measure 3 sets per day. Consequently, the measurement will be performed for 24 days to reach sample size. These are the results, starting with the heart rate. At heart rate, full push-up and wall stand push-up showed minor differences. But still, the full push-up showed a slight kind of increase of heart rate compared with the wall stand. The most important kind of factor of the heart rate is that as the repetition of warming up increased, the heart rate, regardless is full or wall, it showed the same flow of increasing as the repetition of the warming up increased. So it shows that the higher the repetition of warm up, it showed higher heart rate in the bench press. iEMG of pectoralis major was measured. It showed similar flow with heart rate, which full was higher in every set than wall. And both showed increasing flow as sets got higher. Difference between wall and full was greater than that of heart rate. Number of repetition of bench press showed quite different flow compared with heart rate and iEMG. First of all, wall push-up showed higher repetition on every set. And moreover, full push-up showed decreasing flow after set 5 due to fatigue, but wall push-up showed not only higher repetition, but also an increasing flow after set 5. These are the tables showing the same results with the previous graphs. Bench press is an exercise focused on developing pectoralis muscle, which is represented by pectoralis major. iEMG shows the amount of stimulation exercise delivered to pectoralis, and heart rate shows the intensity of exercise body feels. And both heart rate and iEMG showed better consequence after high intensity warm-up and got even better on high repetition of the warm-ups. iEMG showed greater difference while heart rate showed minor difference between two warm-ups. However, high intensity warm-up had negative effect on total repetition. After set 5, it has negative effect due to fatigue done to the muscles. As a sum, around 4 to 5 sets of high intensity warm-up is recommended before bench press. Meanwhile, if you want to higher the total repetition, 6 or 7 sets of low intensity warm-up is recommended. Thank you for listening.